I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and Yahushai is to the world, and we calls Jesus Christ. The Rakakwadash is the Holy Spirit, the Paleo Hebrew, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of great millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit, Lord, that they continue to endure and be sincere. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect in the same spirit that's teaching this word and believing this word, Lord willing that you can continue to endure and be sincere. And shalom to the Akwatiyam that are believers of this faith and this truth, Lord willing that you can continue to endure and be sincere. And Lord willing to most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. This is something just real quick. It hit me while having a conversation with a brother that I believe me and my brother used to see at the gym. Yeah, he's talking about, teaching this word, and he's saying he had a YouTube page, and he got other things of the world on the page, and then it hit me. And what I had said to him, I said, we got to keep separate the Lord's business, keep pleasure separate from the Lord's business. Now, not talking about sexually, it's dealing with workout videos, pleasures of this world, right? If you got a page that you doing with your video game, a page that's promoting your music, however it may be, especially if it's pertaining to something else, you want to keep it separate from the business of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because you don't want the business that's outside this ministry to distract the sheep, especially when it comes to YouTube or where you promote your videos, your edifying videos. You want to keep it strictly and straight to edification, to edify and build the sheep. You don't want them to be distracted in something else, right? I just want to bring up this verse, maybe another one. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 4. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, right? And we have to put the things of Yahweh Shem Yahushai at the forefront of our lives, the forefront of whatever we're doing, right? Because you have to know that this is bigger than you, right? And for us to teach, yes, it's a privilege, right? But if you are a teacher, if it's in your ability, if it's in your ability to be mobile for the Lord, you have to take this serious, right? And this is a pleasure that's over the pleasure of the flesh or over the pleasures that is of the world, things that you like, right? Because there's some things that you would like that don't pertain to the truth, but they're not considered unrighteous. You want to keep those things separate, and you want to show forth the light of Yahweh Shem Shai so the sheep can cleave unto that, right? I want to go to another one in the gospel, which Yahweh Shai said to his mother and father. What is that? Luke chapter 2, when they was looking for him. You can start at probably verse 41 all the way to 52. But I'm going to start at 46, right? I'll start at 45. It says, when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. And it came to pass that after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions, right? Because this is what this thing is about, answering questions, right? Or you're hearing the word, right? Hearing the word while you're watching the others teachers teach, right? You're answering questions through the Spirit. Every time you do a lesson and it's edifying, you have to know it's somebody out there that don't have that understanding, and they're probably hoping or praying that they get this understanding. Maybe they're looking for it, and the Lord has the program. Everything that you bring out is already orchestrated, right? Again, right? So he's sitting in the midst of doctors of the law, right? Both hearing them teach whatever they're bringing out and answering, whatever question they may ask, right? It says, and all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answered. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. And he's a 12-year-old young man, right? When you go up to verse 42, it says he was 12 years old. This is how you know, especially our sons, Lord willing, they'll gravitate to this truth. Some, most not, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter the age, because we seen Yahushua at the age of 12, You could be 33, 40, 22, 21, 18, 19. However the Lord draw you in this, this is what this should be in your mind. Verse 49. And he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Was ye not that I must be about my father's business? This is why it's even seeing him 12, it makes me feel like it's important for me to raise my little man. I can't, bring my other son into this because his mother don't want that. But, my little man, TJ, to make sure he gets this truth, at an age I didn't get to. You know what I'm saying? And it's an enjoyment for me. It's a tear in the eye, but it's an enjoyment for me because I get to bestow on him what I didn't get to get, and, he get to grow in faith and believe, and the Lord get to deal with him, right? But even more, the same thing I'm putting into him, I can't be a hypocrite and not reciprocate, right? Or reflect on it, right? So if I'm putting it on to him, I have to be showing him I must be about my father's business, right? Watching lessons, right? Studying, reading, going through the chapters, right? Studying my notes so it can still be in my heart, in my brain, depending on somebody asks me a question or if I'm going to do a lesson. In most cases, I'm going to be teaching, I'm going to be at the door constantly crying out loud, regardless if it's the highways and byways or if I'm doing a sit down, because the Lord blessed us on this side with the unicorn to be able to edify people wherever you at. And all you got to do is record and hit send, So you must be about your father's business, starting with the men, because the Lord called you to be the teachers or the head of the congregation, That's Ezekiel 34 and 31, right? The Lord's flock is men. When you deal with the Lord rebuilding the tabernacles of David, he's talking about the men, right? Because in order to get the nation in order, it has to be the men, right? Let's get another verse, right? Because it all lines up. Let's go to a classic, Sirach chapter 27, verse 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shai, his house soon shall be overthrown, right? And this is why it should be in a man's heart to constantly have his face continually or diligently in the fear of the Lord, right? What is it? First Chronicles 16. You want to seek the Lord's face, right? And you want to do it daily, right? Because when we was in church, you was praying and you probably saw or thought that Jesus was white, right? Or you thought this is how you teach or this is the understanding. Now, where every day you're washing yourself from that old filth that you was given, right? And you're putting the right hand side of the Lord algorithm in the air. Every lesson that you do that lines up with the 100% truth is cleansing the air, and the sheep is being gravitated to this truth, right? They're biting on the bait, whatever you put on your fishing rod, right? They're biting the bait, That's why the Lord called the prophets fishers, right? You have to be fishers of men, and not just one day. You have to do it daily, right? Let me see which one I want. Okay, this is Matthew chapter 4 and verse 18. It says, and Yahushua, walking by the sea of Galilee, saw two brethren, Simon called Peter and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers. And he said unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men, right? And we shouldn't doubt those things, right? Because the Lord, every day you're getting new bait. The new bait is every lesson. And sometimes you go back to the old bait, wait, an old lesson, and then you might bring something else that you didn't bring out in the last one. It's a sheep somewhere that didn't get that lesson the last time. Most sheep is not about to scroll down your whole page and go, some are. But you got to always put your foot on the gas, right? And that's pressing towards the mark, right? Because our job is not done. We're not clocking out until Yahushua come, right? Yeah, that's the real clock out when Yahushua come, so we got work to do. Let alone when Jacob trouble come or the MOTB in a famine of word we're not teaching no more, you're still working because your light is going to shine. So if your candle was blown out and you don't got that light no more, nobody's going to gravitate to that teaching. Nobody's going to gravitate to you, right? But the men of the Lord on this side who's going to have the faith, a small few that's going to have faith in the world and understand what's going on, right? You're gonna be a light What mosquitoes do, when the light turn on, they start going to the light, and that's what the sheep, they're going to gravitate to the men of the Lord, right? Whoever they may be, all the true believers. Even if you're a woman, you're a man that believe in the Lord, but you might not be a teacher, you're going to be like a mosquito or fruit fly that's always attracted to that light. And you are of that light too, because more light is going to shine brighter and brighter, you know. But the Lord put order in this thing, and we must feed the sheep, right? So that the sheep can know how to stand, right? Let's get to this last one right here, right? Because even more, this is Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. It says, after 3 days and a half, which is 350 years, the spirit of life from God entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them, right? We're standing on our feet, right? In the spirit, when you start getting filled with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you start standing up like a baby. How a baby is, it don't crawl, then it crawl, and then they start practicing walking, and they keep falling and keep falling. We started walking when the Lord put that breath of life back in us, man. You know, the Rakak Wadash, and having a desire to understand the true understanding of the Lord, starting with his name and the doctrine of the milk, the parables, the dark sayings, and the prophecies. It might go over your head like a football, right? Because you might not get it. You might not be of that old ancient spirit that believed in Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, right? But it's okay because that's your lot. We're not here to force or make anybody. You're gonna be drawn to it. You seen the analogy that I use about the mosquito or the fruit fly? They're drawn to that light. If you're not drawn to the light, you're not gonna get this. You know? So if you don't get it, nobody's pressed. We're gonna go to the next one. Nobody is holding their breath to wait for you to get in this thing, right? Because it's all of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Lord willing, you is edified and you understand you have to separate pleasures from the business of the Lord, right? The business of the Lord is more important than your other business, right? Or the other pleasures that you might have that put a smile on your face or whatever it could be. So again, our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. And with that, Shalom.